Hi all, and welcome back to the channel. Of course, besides playing games, I also follow gaming news. And yeah, I've seen all the headlines about Microsoft's layoffs hitting Xbox studios. Let me start here. It's always horrible when people lose their jobs. It's not just about money, it's mentally exhausting. I really hope everyone affected finds something new quickly. But this video isn't about that part. It's about how people reacted afterwards. I've heard things like, there's no plan, no direction, fire all the leadership, the usual social media cycle. Honestly, I think that's really overblown. Pause. Let me explain. First, let's look at Everwild and Perfect Dark. A developer in the US usually costs around $120,000 to $150,000 per year. In the UK, it's much lower, around $60,000 to $80,000, and that's fully loaded, including taxes and company costs. Let's assume both games had been in development for about a year before they were announced. That would put Everwild at around 6 years in development, and Perfect Dark at about 5.5. Even if I round it down and say the developers on Perfect Dark cost $100,000 each, that's still about $55 million already spent. If we say $50,000 per developer for Everwild, that's already $15 million, and we're not even counting outsourcing, tools, or marketing. So, if internal reviews showed these games weren't shaping up, or weren't even close to done, then yeah, it's still horrible for the developers, but canceling them actually makes sense. I know Microsoft can afford it, but these numbers are huge. You really can't blame them for not wanting to invest more into something that just isn't working. I don't want to go over every single part, that would make the video too long. But let's take one more example. A lot of the layoffs happened in marketing and PR, especially at Bethesda. And again, nothing against those people. I'm sure they did great work. But Microsoft now has 3 full marketing teams: Bethesda's, Activision's, and their own. That's a lot of double positions. When you manage more games, you can market them more efficiently at scale. You just don't need that many separate teams anymore. So, yeah, it makes sense to streamline. Is Microsoft blameless? No, definitely not, especially on the PR side. Their constant switching is pretty bizarre. They hyped up Everwild, they said they wouldn't cut Bethesda, they pushed exclusives, then backtracked. Look, I get it. Big companies change direction all the time. Sony's doing the same thing now with Helldivers coming to Xbox. But still, it would be nice if Microsoft stopped making big public promises they can't stick to. Anyway, don't get caught up in the drama. Xbox is doing fine. The Game Pass strategy makes sense. Costs are going up, margins are going down. Making gaming more accessible to more people is probably the smartest long-term move they can make. That's it. What do you think? Does this make sense to you? If this was helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. Either way, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.